Hi guys, this is Shiht, and this is Alice. She is a ball python. She's only a few months old, and she's very, very friendly. She likes my glasses, as you can see. She's a sweetheart. So ball pythons of this size are pretty easy to handle. I just got her yesterday. I do have another snake. I have a California king snake named George. So I'm not a complete snake idiot. I actually have an idea how to handle them and feed them and whatever, but she's like a lot friendlier than George ever was. She really likes to be on me or on my daughter, carried around. And she's like totally not nervous. When ball pythons are nervous, they kind of go up into a little ball and hide their head. But she's like totally not nervous. She's like just exploring and comfortable in my hands. I think they like the warmth. I've got her housed in a Rubbermaid right now because I have a tank for her, but I'm waiting for a top to the tank and a light. So anyway, this will be fine for today, tomorrow, until I get my equipment. Ball pythons are the smallest of the pythons. They get between, I don't know, I've heard a whole bunch of different things, between 3 and 5 feet long, between 3 and 7 feet long, but basically they're the smallest of the pythons. The difference between her and George, my king snake, is this part here. As you know, pythons can get quite large. She's very small right now. She's like the width of George right now, but George is like 6.5 feet long. She's only like 1.5 feet long. So she's going to get like wide like this, like the size of a tomato can, you know, when she's full grown. They live in captivity, if well taken care of, about 40 years. So I'm definitely prepared to take care of her for the rest of my life because I'm 40, almost 45. She is officially my daughter's snake. So is the other snake, belongs to my daughter. My daughter loves snakes. She's like the weirdest 11-year-old I know. But she will obviously, you know, have Alice for a long time. Alice is a female, as told by the store to me. She's obviously captive bred. They don't collect babies like this in Africa. Ball pythons are very popular as pets, and they're all captive bred now. So she eats pinky mice. They're very, very small mice. My California king snake, he actually eats full-sized white fuzzy mice, like this big. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, you know. Anyway, this big, and he eats about once every week. Sometimes he'll eat 2 in a week. Depends how hungry he is. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked much into their hibernating, if ball pythons hibernate or not. I know my king snake does. He sleeps from like November until March, but I have no idea if she does. I'm going to have to do some more research. I actually don't know much about ball pythons. I know, you know, a decent amount about snakes. I definitely know how to care for them. I've had my king snake for 3 years or 3.5 years, and he's thriving. He grows and he hibernates like he's supposed to, and I clean his cage regularly, and he's happy. But he's a lot more nervous than this. I don't think they're not as docile, and they're a little bit more skittish than the ball pythons. Especially since she was like brought up with humans. So like, anyway, I'm her favorite person right now. When my daughter holds her, she like looks at me and reaches for me. I'm the crazy animal lady. They called me the crazy cat lady, but I'm the crazy animal lady. What I think is really cool about her, and because she's moving so much, you may not be able to see it, but her lungs are like right here. And when she stops moving, you can actually see her lungs expanding while she breathes. And I didn't notice that on my king snake. So I find her very fascinating. She's going to be an amazing pet. I'm really happy to have her. I know there are a lot of people out there who are afraid of snakes, and there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm just reassuring you. I'm sure, you know, I can't definitely assuage your phobia, but I've never really been afraid of any kind of animal. I'm not even afraid of spiders or anything. But they're not slimy and slippery as most people would think. She is actually very smooth, and because she's been in my hands for like the last, oh my God, like over an hour now, she's my temperature. She's like 37 degrees right now. But when she's in her tank for a little while, she cools down. So they're like cool and smooth, you know, when you pick them up. They're very, very soft. They're not slimy. They're not wet. They're not scaly. They don't feel scaly. She's smooth. And obviously with my webcam you can't tell, but her scales are so, I mean, nature is incredible, eh? Her scales are so perfectly aligned. Like it's just amazing. It's just amazing, the perfection, you know, and the pattern. Like I like the 2-spot pattern on her. I don't know if you guys can see. It's beautiful. There's a whole bunch of morphs of ball pythons I've realized looking on the internet. Yesterday I saw a bumblebee ball python, yellow and very brightly colored and different patterns and beautiful, beautiful. Hi! You gonna go up my nose? What are you looking for? You want to hang out in my glasses again? I took them off. Oh, mwah. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of different morphs. I'm not quite sure what she is. I think she's just your basic, they call it alpha. Your basic alpha morph. And there's nothing, you know, definitely particular about her coloring. She's just your basic ball python. But there are some very, very fancy, like, and they've been bred to look like that, just like kind of how people breed cats to look a certain way, or even certain fish. So anyway, this is Alice, and I will keep you updated. She's a sweetie. How do I turn this off now? Oh, there we go. Bye.